Hi, Alexander.
Hey, Naya.
Yeah, thank you so much for speaking with me today.
Oh, thank
Um,
you.
I wanted to congratulate you on your role playing Ravi in Gladiator 2. You give the
Thank
movie
you.
real heart. What
Thank you so much.
It was also my favorite role out of the movie as well.
Wow,
Um,
thank you.
yeah. What attracted you to the character, and were you a fan of the original movie?
I was a huge fan of the original movie. I mean, I was 23, 24 when it came out, and I think that every person in that age uh, feels like Maximus. Whether you're a man, a woman, a boy, girl, whatever you are, I think that you've got that feeling. You've just come out of school, and the whole world is out there, and you're like, how am I gonna climb this mountain? How am I gonna defeat this empire? And you've got that. It just seems insurmountable, and I could really relate to Maximus when the first one came out.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, being from a family of filmmakers, we've loved Ridley since we could crawl, me and my brothers.
Nice.
Alien was the first behind the scenes movie we ever saw, and Blade Runner was on repeat at my house, and we had like, I mean, it's a Ridley household, and so getting that phone call was just, it was
Come
insane.
true.
It was truly a dream come true.
Also, Ravi is a gladiator turned medic who helped to heal Lucius' rages. How did you prepare for the role of fighter turned healer?
I think that I think that it wasn't what I focused on was Robbie decided early on in his fighting career. Once he became freed, I think that he decided what's worth fighting for in life. If you look at all the characters in Gladiator 2, everybody's fighting for money, or they're fighting for fame, or they're fighting for power.
Yeah.
Robbie's fighting to protect his children and his wife from the evil that is the Roman Empire at the time. And so all he's fighting for is safety and love. Um, when Ravi says, I believe when Ravi says what we do in life echoes in eternity, he's not talking about these statues are going to echo in eternity, or the power that you build is going to. No, the eternity that he's talking about is your children and their children and their children and their children. What we do in life does echo in eternity for him, if you look at it that way. And so yeah, it was more about that idea of not just laying down your sword, but realizing that he's still a fighter. He still fights, but he doesn't. It's not a physical fight. It's an emotional fight.
Yeah. Do you have to make any adjustments as an actor when playing a historic role?
No, I don't. I never. I try to never look at it as an historic role, because people were people 100 years ago and 1,000 years ago and 50,000. Everybody had the same needs, the same wants. Once you've met your sort of physiological needs of, food and shelter, then from that point on, you're like, well, I'd like someone to like me. I want to have some friends. I want to have some fun. Um, and so for me, it's not about. I try to think away the part of, this historical character. I bet they acted like this back then. It's more of like, well, they're just people.
Yeah.
And Lucius is just a kid who's lost his family in need of a friend, and I want to be that friend.
And most of the scenes were with Paul Mescal.
Yeah,
What was it like working with him? You seem to have great chemistry together.
I absolutely loved working with him. Paul has this thing that you only see once or twice every generation. You could see it in a young Brando, you can see it in a young De Niro. It's that ability to be hard and soft at the same time,
Yeah.
where he's very soft and very, very gentle, but you can kind of tell that he could kill you if he wanted to. I mean, like he can
Yeah.
play both those sides at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's just being the one of the nicest people on planet Earth. He's just the most humble and fantastic scene partners that you could ever want. And so whatever you throw out there, he's going to throw it back. He's going to,
Yeah.
when you play tennis with him, you just know that he's going to be able to get every ball, which is it's just amazing. So you could just try things, and you can try new things, and there's no stepping on anybody's toes. There's no there's no ego. It's all about
Yeah,
just go in and do what we do.
that's great. And also I know Denzel Washington is a hero of yours. Were you gutted you didn't have any scenes with him, or were they on like the cutting room floor?
No, look, when I first read the script, I was like, oh, no scenes with Denzel. But then when I saw him, I was like, fairly happy that I didn't have any scenes. It's Denzel Washington. I mean, I never get nervous for anything, right? I'm just I don't have the ability to get nervous for some reason. But if someone said you had this three-page monologue or three-page scene with
Yeah.
Denzel, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'd have to. I'd find out real quick what it feels like being nervous. I'd be,
He's
I
booking
mean,
it.
it's Denzel. I mean, to me, I I've had a picture of him on my wall since I was 15, and I still to this day have a picture of Denzel on my wall.
Yeah.
I see him every single day in my life. I just see him every single day in my house since I was 15, and so having a scene opposite him would be kind of nerve-wracking. So yeah, yeah. I mean, but yeah, no. So yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with how my scenes were.
And also Gladiator 2 was directed by the legendary Ridley Scott, as you said earlier. Does his directing style differ from other directors you have worked with?
Yeah, I mean, you know that someone's a master when they just know what they want and let you. They give you all the little details that they need to give you, and then they just let you loose. They just open the doors to the arena and just say go. And if you've done the casting the way you want to do the casting, which obviously he has because it's Ridley Scott, and you
Yeah.
set the stage the way you want to set the stage, which he has. You've built everything, you've got all the right costumes, all the right actors, all the right everything. Then all you need to do is say, now go. And then everybody's just going to start doing things. And so you have that intense feeling of freedom working with him. Um, and he knows exactly what he's done. He knows how what he's planted in you for you to
Yeah.
have that freedom. So you think you're free, but you're actually just doing exactly what he wants, but you're feeling completely free. And that's what he gives you, which is, I mean, it's the best way to work ever.
And obviously just like bouncing off that, does he help actors find like the truth of the character given of like the distractions of like a big, huge production and yeah.
No, that he rather than that, he takes the idea of the big huge production away from you and makes it feel like you're doing, this is we're just having fun.
Nice.
Everybody knows what they're doing, takes
Yeah.
all the pressure off you. What do you want to do? Where do you want to be in the scene? What do you see yourself doing when the scene starts? And which is a great way to put everybody at ease, where you just go, I could, what if I'm smoking a pipe? All right, perfect. Get him a pipe. Let's get a pipe. Let's try it with a pipe.
Love
And
that.
so you're just playing around. So it's kind of like being on, in the best possible way, it's like being on a student film, but a $300 million student film. So, and with a master behind the wheel. So not your average student film is what I'm saying, but you have
Yeah.
that freedom of exploration, which you rarely get otherwise on productions this size.
Is there like a question that you wish like an interviewer would ask what they have never like done before?
I got a question. My wife's a journalist, and she thought of a question today that she was going to ask someone. Question was, when was the last time you lied? And I loved that question
Such
because
a good question.
the answer is just automatically calls for a lie, but at the same time, if you're honest, it doesn't call for a lie. Yeah, I think that's a beautiful question.
Love that.
Yeah.
And then obviously, is it quite different working in Sweden to Hollywood?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. we, we don't have trailers in Sweden. We don't
Do you
use
not?
trailers. No, 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 no. I mean, we're a socialist country. The first time I saw a trailer, I was like, "Well, I'm not going to sit in a trailer. What kind of what a capitalist idea is that?" No, I'm sitting with the rest of the crew, and I had my trailer there. I thought maybe I'll just go in and look at it for a minute just to see what this trailer thing is. When
Love
I
that.
worked in the States the first time. And after that, I didn't come out of the trailer. I was stuck in that. I was like, there's a fridge, there's food, there's a TV. What's not to like? There's a bed. Yeah, no, there's a huge difference in working in Sweden. I mean, it's great. At the end of the day, I always feel like though it's like you've got all all the greatness of a production like this in an American production. And obviously, Swedish productions are a lot smaller in scope, but at the end of the day, a lens that looks exactly the same wherever you are, from student film to Gladiator 2, the eye of the lens looks exactly the same. The marker looks approximately the same at wherever you are. Someone's going to hit that marker, everybody's going to go quiet, and some voice is going to say action. And the job is still the same.
Love that. I think that was my last question, to be fair, but thank you so much again for
Well,
speaking.
thank you so much, Naya.
Thank you.